Good morning, friends. My name's Nicole. It's a beautiful last day of the month, August 31st, 2022. I'm finally doing my first official video of my channel, The Gardening Sailor. Me and Theo here. Theo, what you doing, buddy? So I just figured it'd be fitting to have the first video of the channel be a gardening tour. I'll give you a quick background so you kind of get to know who I am. So my name's Nicole. This is Theo. I'll be 5 in October. It's a German Shorthair Pointer. I just turned 30 2 days ago, August 29th. My husband Rob is going to be 32 this year in October. We've been living on the property for, it'll be 4 years in March of next year, 3 years now. We are expecting. I'm 28 weeks pregnant. We're going to have our first baby boy, Atlas David, in November. It's supposed to be November 22nd of this year. So we'll see when he decides to come into the world. So I figured we'd start here with the newest bed. This is the bed we tilled up this spring, and we've applied manure to it twice this year already, and everything really exploded. Have some cucumbers here. They picked those today. They don't look like they're going to be lasting too much longer. They might be our last cucumbers of the season. Then a couple different squashes here. Right there. Some more flowering. There's another one there. Some more in there. We did have some beautiful volunteer morning glories pop up in here. Just give the garden a little more color. I love the purple color. And this new plant I'm super excited about. I haven't had any success with them until this year. It's a beautiful pumpkin. If I can remember correctly, I think it's the golden pumpkins that are growing. I think I planted a couple, but I think they're the only ones that did grow. There's some more squash in there. A couple tomato plants here. As you can see, the vining crops really did take off. It was definitely a learning experience this year with those. I definitely will spread them out next year. There's some more squash. I didn't have any luck with the corn. Some of it did. Well, we had 2 rows growing here, up to about that height, and then recently, I don't know if it was animals or the weather that knocked them down, and they just haven't been doing well since, so I'll have to try that again next year. Haven't been out here in a couple days, so we'll see what we have in here. Have some gourds. They're exciting. Have some decorations for the fall. Some butternut squash. I love butternut squash. One of my favorite fall vegetables. Some more gourds and squash. I don't remember exactly what this one is. I don't know that I planted it either. It may have come up from seeds in the manure. Let's see. Some things are getting some blight, and mildew now. Things like to have a lot of breeze come through. This is what I was super excited about. I saw this the other day. It's a huge birdhouse gourd. I'm very excited for that. It's beautiful. There it is there. Growing up the sprinkler. That's a watermelon to get a little disformed. Some zucchini. So excited to finally be able to show you guys my garden and what it's become this year. I think that's another gourd there. We have some watermelons, a lot of watermelons actually. Oh yeah, look at the, I think that's mildew or blight. Let's see. Some more vining things here. Looks like pumpkins or gourds. Wow, there's some more that grew out here. It looks like butternut squash or some type of gourd there. And these are some gourd. Here, they're neat. There's a lot of those. It's all getting blight though and mildew. The tomato plants, I'm a little upset about those too. Me and my husband discussed putting up a system for them and just let it go. So everything started getting too big and fell over. So I just did it a couple weeks ago, but it was a little too late. Everything already was laying on the ground. There's some more gourds here. Some neat gourds. There's some what's that? Sure what that is actually. Might be some type of pumpkin maybe. Some watermelon. It's really hard to walk through. Definitely learned this year. Space some things out. There's some watermelon. We do have some tomatoes that are ripening finally. Have a good pick today. That was the plan for this video. Yep, something. Watermelon started rotting away. Maybe I should start picking some of them. Looks like some of them are starting to die or get eaten. I did see a groundhog in here a couple times. Squirrel this morning. Some more gourds. Some more watermelon. Big mixture of things. You alright, Bubba? There's more of those. Yeah, I think they might be pumpkins or gourds. Oh, got a birdhouse gourd over there. You can see it. there's another one over there. Oh, it's super exciting. I'm gonna make birdhouses out of them. Some more watermelon. Watermelon there. Yeah, we'll have to check out how many tomatoes we have here. Some more gourds. Goodness, yeah. Probably can't even see everything until some of this starts dying back. Morning glory competing with this sunflower. Let's see. Go this way. Come on, bud. Come on out of here. If we can. This thing, you just step on everything. There's a gourd there. Did have a lot of watermelons in here. Really have to go through and take those out because I know they're ready now. The watermelon's still going there. Got another baby one starting. It's the other side. Yep, there there's a watermelon there. Watermelon there. There. One there. They're all over. Oh yeah. Here's the tomatoes. These are all potatoes here. It goes all the way down. Really have to harvest those. Man, everything just took off in here. I don't want to step on anything. Some more birdhouse gourds maybe, or some type of squash. Pumpkins, gourds, something in there. But here's the rest of the potatoes. They, like I said, they go from like right about there where the tomatoes start, next to where the tomatoes start, and come all the way back in a couple rows. I planted them in the spring, so I'll have to harvest those. My beautiful, one of many banana trees. This was actually a transplant from the trees that were over here. Planted them 2 years ago and just transplanted this one this year. This is some lemon balm there. I overwintered that. I had plastic over all these. Overwintered the sage here. The beets, I'll probably just end up giving these to a friend of mine, her chickens. They're way past time of being harvested and I just forgot about them. You see the bugs got all the leaves. This is turmeric here I planted this year. It's doing really well. I didn't realize how beautiful the leaves are that they have. I don't have anything else planted here. I'll probably start doing my lettuces. Maybe I'll do that today. Did have spinach that used to be here. I might move that over closer to the back door though, because we do harvest that a lot. We really enjoy having spinach for salads or sauteed with dinners. There's another watermelon there. Yeah, so we'll go through this today and see what we could harvest. Then we have a azalea. Rob's grandmother bought a couple years ago. Butterfly bush. I love these. I got this last year. A white one and then a purple one. They really smell so good. I love the scent they have. There's butterflies and bugs on it every day. They really enjoy it too. We do have our air conditioning there, so I should have planted it a little further out or somewhere else. I am going to have to move them because it's just not efficient with being right up against the unit there. You need the air to be able to pull through and work efficiently. Beautiful hydrangea. I'll also probably transplant that as well. I'd like to keep it by the window. This is my kitchen window here, so I love being able to watch the butterflies and different animals there, but just can't have it there with the unit, the AC unit. This is where I usually plant our lettuces and different things, so I'm just gonna rake it up, scratch it up a little bit today, and get some fall plants planted in there. Beautiful sedum starting to flower. That's the thing, I wanted to move these things already, but then they went to flower, so I'm just waiting until they're done flowering, closer to fall, maybe in a month or so, and transplant them to a little better spot. Put some more fall vegetables there. Another banana tree. This was also a transplant from this mama plant there. This is our back door here. That's where I had my seedlings that I transplanted to out here this past winter. This is a good system, just a lot of work. So here's the banana tree, and I'm going to take a couple plants from them today. It really took off this year. There's a lot to take out of that. It's really taken over this part of the bed. I have the strawberry plants under here, and then some other flowers. I forget what kind they were that I planted. I have some cilantro here. That was the thing, that these trees, banana trees, were not this big when I planted the herbs, so they're really competing with those banana trees. Then we have the basil. Same thing, they did really well, but I would have liked to have more room for them. Then we have the salvia here. Hummingbirds love this, and it got so big this year. But I don't know if you could transplant this or not. It did get bigger. Looks like maybe you can. We'll have to look into it and see. There was another herb under here, I think dill, but unfortunately that wasn't able to grow because of salvia. Yeah, it was dill there. Dill. I did have rosemary over here, back there. Just got blocked by the 4 o'clock plants. These I planted 2 years ago, and I didn't think they were perennials, but they came back last year strong, and this year even stronger than last year, which I love them. They're beautiful when they open up different parts of the day. But just kind of lost this part of my bed for veggies. I like to do veggies in these beds closer to the back door. so you could just come out and grab things like the herbs and different things. Here are some hostas. I transplanted these here 2 years ago. You'll see soon other parts of the property we do have a lot of hostas. So I did put those to kind of cover the gutter system, and they really took off too. Did have carrots here. I did just harvest those and gave them to my lady with chickens. Everything in these beds over to the side too, and then our new garden does all have a drip system. It goes 3 times a day right now because of how hot it's been. It's been 90s for the past 2 months, the heat of the summer. Have another banana tree. This is our chimney there. Oh, I did see, there's a bee there. Our milkweed here. The monarch butterflies saw our first caterpillar today. So he's eating away at that so he could turn into a beautiful butterfly. I do love these plants. They have really beautiful orange flowers. They have some that are red, more of a red color. So I'm always happy to have that. Those go into seed now. Right there. So there'll be more monarch caterpillars soon. That's our first guy there. Some more sedum. What are you doing, baby boy? What are you doing? Some irises. Some more milkweed there. Need to weed all this out and get some things in here. I really don't like not having plants in there that we're eating or different things. Just because it is on the drip system, I like to be as efficient as possible. There's something always in the gardens. Got laundry hanging up there. This is another bed I kind of just let go. We have some catnip in there. There's some more catnip there. Some linnerp. I got this from someone off a marketplace and still haven't planted it a couple months ago, and it's doing okay there in the grass. It probably rooted itself. Some beautiful lamb's ear. Some more hostas. So I guess I'll show you the back of the property first before we go into the front yard. Do want to get this all cleaned up. I usually have wildflowers in here. Everything kind of died already. Just get that raked up and some little things planted there. Do have a geranium plant for my grandma in there. Might see that flower. And over here, yeah, there's one of the wildflowers still hanging around. Pretty little yellow flower. Some more hostas. There's some more hostas there. Really needs to be cleaned up. Have a birdhouse there. Do have a birdhouse on this side. They both are usually occupied. The mamas were here with their babies up until recently, so they'll probably be coming around again this fall. There's another one. Rob's aunt makes beautiful birdhouses. She gave me that one last year. This is our bonfire area. Has some hostas, some grasses, some more hostas and grasses. The lilac bush didn't do too well. I got it 2 years ago. I don't know. I think I could have it in better conditions, maybe in a constant water flow, and maybe that'll help it. Take a walk back here. So we do have 5 acres of land. Always dreamed of having a big farm and lots of plants. We haven't really used this part of our land, but we'll see. Now with the baby coming, we are going to be staying here longer than expected. So you can tell from my name of my channel, The Gardening Sailor, we are sailors. So the plan was to go off the property next year and start our traveling. But with the baby coming now, we'll probably stay on the property for another 2 years, I guess. So that's an old tennis court. So my husband just uses it for lawn equipment. We did rent it out to some people for storage for their RVs or cars. But like I was saying, so we weren't planning on staying here much longer. We just got our liveaboard boat. So we were gonna move on to that come next year and start our traveling, but I don't know, there's different plans for us now that we're having our baby. So he'll probably hang around here until he's 1 or so, and then maybe start traveling. So I'd like to do some more with all this property here, maybe do some trees, fruit trees, different things. So this is the furthest part of the property. Don't really use it. It backs up to our neighbors real close there. They have some animals. So our property is kind of like a long rectangle, weird shape. So it goes all the way up here and then all the way up to the front of our property, and then kind of goes over this way too. So take a look. So all of this is kind of just Theo's playing ground, huh, buddy? Kind of just doing the outline of the property now. I will show you too, if you watched my first video from last year, the tour I gave of that new garden bed. I did only use it last fall, and then I let the weeds take over. It's just far from the house. I didn't really go back and take care of it too much. With work, I was always busy and tired coming home, so that's why we decided to put that new garden by the bed, or by the house. That way it's more accessible. We tend to go out there more. So that's the bed here. It's all my husband's stuff back here. It's buildings, things for the different projects on the property. He's a crane mechanic, so he's always doing different things. So this would be that bed here. It's all weeds now. Kind of just let it go. We did have a lot of beautiful tomatoes that we enjoyed last year from this garden, but oh, Bubba, that was the end of that. We kind of let that go. I like things closer to the house. It's really not that far, but where our new garden is now, it's been more convenient for us this year than this was back here. It's the old tennis court. So we just have someone renting the blacktop store their RV. They travel around the United States. They're in Europe now. A trailer, different things. This was actually one of my first vegetable gardens. Actually, the second one. So the first one was over here, but because our water drains out to there, it was always too wet. So that was the first year I did my vegetable garden there, and then I moved it to back here, filled this all up, and then I moved it to there, was the third one, last year, and then this year moved it to closer to the house, which I really enjoyed. I want to make it bigger. My husband thinks it's big enough already, but with all those vining crops, he was saying we should move those here next year, because that will give them more space, and everything did do well here. Just kind of let that area go and moved it up closer to the house. So probably do that. We'll probably do the vining crops here, do the tomatoes and peppers, eggplants, all the other contained vegetables closer to the house, and try that. Well, before we go over there, we have some fruit trees. They weren't given the best start at life, so I can't say it's all my fault, but these are plum trees my sister gave me that she got from Lowe's when she was working there. There's some nice poison ivy around it. Didn't really do much with those, and just let them go 2 years ago. There's another plum tree. Did get leaves, but I don't know. I'm not good with trees. I have to figure out how to take care of them, like pruning and different things like that. We do have 3 blueberry bushes in here. The weeds really got bad. There's one there, one over there, and then one right here. And then the grapevine. I do only have one grapevine, so I got this 2 years ago also. That's the problem with this. Never got any grapes because you need 2 plants. So yeah, they do have berries, but they're hard berries. They're not very grape-like. See them all there. Or maybe they are a type of grape that, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you do need 2 plants though to make them like Concord grapes, the ones you would eat. So I don't know. Maybe work on that next year. We'll see. Focus more on the fruit trees and those plants again. This is our compost here. I have a pail on the kitchen counter that we put everything, or sourdough starter. I dump that in there every day. The eggshells, rotting fruits and vegetables all come back here. Our ashes from the fireplace we put back there. Some cardboard. So have that going. This is Theo's favorite spot. Baby pool. Keeps him cool. Loves to play in that and get a drink and have a good time there. So we'll take a walk up front now. Pretty much the end of the back of the property. So here's the current garden again. There's where our property ends there. Get my coffee. Now, Bubba. What are you doing? This is kind of where her other side of the property ends too. Like I said, it just is a rectangle that goes up into that hill back there. So the wood line there is the other side of our property. So we park our cars. The driveway. And then this is the front of our beds. Some more milkweed there. The flowers do last a long time on them. The rose bush there. We don't have any luck with the rose bushes. We do get roses, but they can do better. They're always getting eaten by something. I never see the bugs or the beetles, whatever's eating them, on them, but they're always looking a little worn out. We did put these rocks in, made this a beautiful bed last year. When we first moved in, they just had the black plastic edging. So luckily our Rob's aunt and uncle offered to give us the rocks so that way we could make our garden look a little nicer. It's a beautiful lavender. I didn't harvest it this time. I missed out on harvesting it. I'm not sure if it'll bloom again. Maybe now in the fall, I guess. It's got new growth on it there. So lilies, you have to pull these all out. I don't remember what plant that is. It does get beautiful yellow flowers on it. Some seashell flowers, these are called. I don't know if that's more, oh yeah, I guess it's more lilies coming in. Cut that all back. Some daisies. They do like more sun. I should have planted them somewhere where they get more sun. They really don't get too much with the sun rising from the east here, and then it sets in the west, set behind our property. So with the trees, it doesn't get as much sun as it would like, but I do love these trees. So we have more hostas here. These are original. I could put up a picture of how tiny and underdeveloped this whole bed was before we moved in. It kind of was just the hostas and one plant right there, the bush, and then these bushes here. They got so big too. So we'll clean out some of these beds today. These were some flowers too I planted. I don't remember what kind they are. Some irises, another hydrangea. This would probably like more sun too. So I have some planting to do. Maybe some moving things around. More daisies. Another hosta. This is a banana tree. It's getting 2 babies already. I planted this here last year, yeah. It seems to really like this spot even though it does get less sun. There's a cannon there. I forget what plant this is. It gets really neat. It shoots with flowers on top, like ombre kind of looking flowers. There's our front porch there. Some volunteer vegetable there. It's not really in the best spot, so it's kind of just maintaining its growth there. The beautiful bushes, they really need to be cut back. They got too high. I haven't cut them back yet. I guess maybe this fall I will. This is our front porch. Our couch covers are getting washed right now. The front door. And then, so we did only originally have this bush here. I transplanted half of the bush to this half here last year. So it really spreads. I kind of just cut off the front half of this because it was coming into the sidewalk, and it's done great. I mean, they really take off even with little bits. Transplants. There's another transplant over there I did. So then we have some mums here. They never really do too well, but I think they're getting eaten by something every year. Or daisies, I guess they are. Some lilies of the valley. They didn't flower yet. I think they'll flower in the fall, I guess. It's a cute solar light my mom got us. Little dog, his eyes light up. This is some lineup too, but variegated, so it has the stripes rather than the other one was all green. Some sedum. These are some flowers that have died now. Some summer flowers. Another banana tree transplant. So these ones, this one, the other one, and then I have one up by the mailbox too, all came from this tree here. So our bird bath, some more lilies, some irises, another azalea. I was planning on getting a drip system into this bed here, so this one and the other one over there, all the front yard, that way everything could stay watered, but time just got away from me and haven't gotten to do that yet. I think I will, and then maybe just blow it out for winter, just because we only have a month or so left of the season. That way it's good, ready to go next year, because I know with the baby it's not always going to be the easiest, so I'd rather get it done now. Some more lilies have to be cleaned up. There's our banana tree there, the biggest one. That's a beautiful flowering tree. I don't remember what type of tree it is. It's not looking too good now, but it does get beautiful spring flowers. It's not really doing too well with the drought we're having now. The rose bush, that's why I'd really like to get a drip system here. So we just have the regular hose. The timer, that was for the system in the back. I was using that last year, but didn't use it this year since I stopped using that bed. The bed, our newest bed here, I have a timer to the hose in the back of the house. It's another grass here, and there's the other transplant of the bush I was talking about from over there. Oh, bye-bye. This was some kind of bush someone was throwing out. I saw a marketplace, I planted. Don't really have anything going on over here. It's all just wild plants. We do have a propane system for our gas. And then I was planning on collecting rainwater to water the plants with this. My husband brought it home from work but we just never got it set up. So maybe next year we'll use that. And then we're to the back of the garden again. So I gave you the garden tour, so that way you could have a look at everything before we start changing things and everything starts growing, changing more. So I think what we're going to do is harvest some things in the garden that are ready to be harvested now. These are 2 cucumbers. Ready to go. So there was some eggplant in here. I don't know if it's too far gone by now since I've seen them last. Green beans. There's a cucumber overgrown. There's some more spaghetti squash. Another overgrown cucumber. Spaghetti squash. Not sure what that is there. Watermelon back there. And then there's another birdhouse gourd. Oh man, it's terrible stepping on all this stuff. Saw a pumpkin somewhere. There it is. There's another pumpkin. How cool. First pumpkins. There's that birdhouse gourd. Goodness, it's so big. It's gonna be so neat. Can't wait. Let's see if we can find eggplant and peppers. There's some eggplant, just flowers. So there should be another one right here. Yep, I think I see the peppers. There's some peppers there. Goodness, they're big ones. Looks like they've been on there for a while. Just let them replant themselves there. Yeah, we'll try it. Let's see. That one was a little overgrown, maybe. Have these for dinner tonight. Need tomatoes. There's another birdhouse gourd all the way over here. The vine's really spread. There's a yellow tomato. Here's some red ones. Not quite ready, but let's see. Forget what type of tomatoes they are. They have like a teardrop shape and they're yellow. Planted a lot of varieties this year. I don't think any are ready over here. Basket just broke. Darn it. No. No. There were some that were ready and they all fall into the ground already. I forget what variety that is, but they're already rotten, laying on the ground. Let's see if any of these are good. Some of these are good. Looks like that might be all of them that are ready now. I don't think I see any more. Not too bad considering, I mean, they weren't given the most favorable conditions. And there's definitely still some more on the vine, so I'll have some more in the future. Just have to be patient and wait for them to ripen. Give these watermelons some more time. I did harvest one about that size there, and it wasn't big enough. It was still real light on the inside, so give them some more time. I think that's it, huh, buddy? So, not too bad of a harvest. Oh, Bubba. What are you doing? Alright, so I think I'm going to call this the end for my first video for the channel, because I think it's very long already. And I'm going to go get this video edited so I can get it out to you guys. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was inspirational, brought you happiness, something positive. I'm very excited that I'm finally sharing this adventure with everyone. I really do enjoy talking about gardening, and I enjoy sharing it with other friends, so I really appreciate everyone being here, and I'm so excited to see all the new friends we meet. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Thank you very much. Bye.